Hey everyone, it's Yuka here. Today we are talking about the new AirPods. So people are calling it the AirPods 2, but the official name is AirPods second generation with the wireless charging case. So I have the full set here. Thank you so much to Apple for sending it to me. I'm super excited. I do have the first generation AirPods and I've been loving it to date. Fortunately, the AirPods itself, or the earpiece, fits my ears pretty well. I know for some people the shape just doesn't quite fit their ear and it just like keeps falling off, but that wasn't the case for me, fortunately. So I have been loving it so far and haven't really had any problems with it, except for maybe battery life. I feel like it does kind of die maybe faster than before, or I just like use it a little bit more than I used to because I have started listening to audibles and I just kind of go on for a longer period of time. Or if I'm on a flight, I might use it a little bit longer than a couple hours and the battery just seemed to die. But the case is really good too, so that if you just pop it in there for 10-20 minutes, it charges back up. So I've been pretty happy with it, but I am curious about the wireless charging and the new H1 chip. So let's just unbox it real quick. All right. Okay. Aha. Okay, comes with a bunch of paperwork. And then here it is. So here's the AirPods plus the wireless charging case. Inside the box, there is just a normal, I guess, lightning cable that you can charge your case with as well. So let's open this guy up. Ah, so shiny. Oh my God, it's so bright. So nice. Okay. It might feel a little bit heavier. I'm not sure if I'm imagining it. Okay, let's kind of just quickly make sure I'm not imagining the weight here. The older generation is 46 grams and the new one is 47.8 grams. So 1.8 gram difference. It might not even matter because it's like 1.8 grams, but just so you know. I wonder if it's the inside. So the new one, new AirPods is 8 grams, so 4 grams each. This is the old one. Also 8 grams, so maybe 7.9 grams. But it's pretty much the same. The AirPods itself is the same weight. Okay, let's test how fast this can pair up. So let's start with the old one. How do I know? Oh, okay. Let's try the new one. Is that faster? Okay, let's connect. Okay, so now that initial connection is done, let's try that again. Yeah, it might be like a little bit faster. Next, let's try actually connecting. Okay, that was pretty fast. Oh. Okay, yeah, I think this is much faster. Here I have my Qi charger, which you can actually fold over like this and make it into a smartphone stand. Or you can have it bent over like this and have it lay flat. Obviously this doesn't work. This is the old one. Doesn't do anything. But this should work. Did it work? Oh, okay, so it's working. The light goes off after a while, I guess. Yeah, this is nice. Okay, let's try that again. Charging. Nice. So in the first generation, there was the light inside here, but in the second generation, it's not here and in the front. Also, the button on the back is placed differently. So here's the old one and here's the new one. It moved slightly to the center of the case. So as I was editing that experiment part, I realized the connection was actually twice as fast. It was hard to tell for me because it was like pretty fast to begin with in the first generation, but man, the H1 chip, it's pretty powerful. So in the older generation, the chip was called the W1 chip, and they now have a new chip that's in the second generation called the H1 chip. And I think that stands for like headphones, but that's helping the new AirPods to be faster to connect and like more stable. When I'm editing videos, I used to use this Bose QC25. It is not the wireless version. It has the wires, and this was kind of getting in my way all the time, and it was like pretty annoying. So, but because this is wired, it supposedly doesn't have lags. But I was trying to edit with the new AirPods with my iMac Pro, and at least for me, I did not see any lag. I am really, really happy that I can go wireless because it just doesn't get in the way. I also love the little cheese station I made at my desk, and that also helped declutter some of the wires that I had laying around because I have to charge with Lightning and USB-C. So I got rid of 2 cables and 1 headphone, which is already 3 cables that doesn't have to be on my desk. Also, when I tried listening to music on the new AirPods, I was pretty blown away. You can see my reaction here. Whoa, wait, what? I was pretty surprised because on the spec sheet, it doesn't say that there's any updates to kind of like how the audio itself works. So the improvements are purely coming from the chip, which is really interesting. So I'm guessing that the more stable connection and everything is kind of like improving the performance of not only like the battery life and everything, but also like how good the audio sounds. I also asked people on the internet if they thought the new AirPods sounded better for them, and a lot of them said it does. So it seems like I'm not the only one. Someone also suggested getting like a little rubber cover for the AirPods that will also help the audio become even better. So I think I'm gonna give that a try, and I'll let you know how it goes. But yeah, overall, I'm really happy with the second generation AirPods. I am pretty pleasantly surprised at how fast the new chip is and the audio quality. And of course, I also love being able to wirelessly charge the case. For people who've never used AirPods before, I highly recommend getting this generation. I think it's pretty solid. For people who already have the first generation, I think it's a little bit tricky. If the batteries on your first generation AirPods are degrading, I think it does make sense to get the whole package. You can actually just get the case by itself, and it will work with the older AirPods inside and just being able to use the Qi wireless charging. But you cannot just get the AirPods on its own. You can get this separately, but you can't get both of these separately, and so you can't buy these two at a different timing. So that's the tricky part. If you want to get just the case and later on you decide that you also want to get the AirPods with the H1 chip, you're going to have to get the whole thing, like the whole package, which is a little bit pricey. So that's something to think about if you already own the first generation and thinking about upgrading. It's a matter of like future proofing and also your budget. So that's kind of my 2 cents. I hope this was helpful for you and hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye!